what made you want to go this direction with this anthology?
Well, the funny thing is, Zach is kind of responsible for that too, because I've been bugging the guys at Weird Tales for a long time about doing a Weird Tales comic or graphic novel, and they were always kind of like, yeah, maybe, sure, and they were kind of always like kind of putting it off and never giving me like a definite answer. And then I think it was like a year or two ago, we were talking, me and Zach, always talking about like licenses and trying to get other jobs for ourselves. And he says, you should really try again with Weird Tales. And I said, yeah, I guess so. And that time it worked. And then I went to them and I said, all right, let's do Weird Tales, because Weird Tales has been around for over 100 years, but it never had an official comic book, which seemed weird, because a lot of the stories from Weird Tales were adapted into comics. There were a lot of Marvel comics. I think in like the early 70s, they adapted a lot of they were doing Solomon Kane stuff, and even some stuff like Robert Bloch stories from Weird Tales, I remember. But even in like Tales from the Crypt, they did Ray Bradbury stuff from Weird Tales. So it made sense to do a Weird Tales licensed or something under the Weird Tales umbrella. So it took us 100 years to finally do it, and and it's looking pretty good. I